The countdown to the Canadian Football League Combine continues. We're pleased to be joined by first-team All-Canadian linebacker from the University of Saskatchewan Huskies, Seth Hundeby. The countdown is on. How are you feeling, sir?
Feeling pretty good. Yeah, definitely started off like the new year a little bit more nervous, but working with Ignite and stuff like that, definitely have built a lot more confidence in my abilities and stuff like that. So I'm excited. Should be fun.
Now, Joel and the team there, I know they do a terrific job, and probably you've been working with them a number of years in the past. Having said that, have you changed anything up to ensure that you're ready to go at the end of March as opposed to being, say, ready to go at the end of August?
Some of the focuses and a couple of the exercises have been shifted to things that we are going to do during the combine and stuff like that. But obviously, there's still a focus on strength and endurance and speed and overall just like safety of like doing exercises and stuff like that. So a little bit of a shift, but nothing too drastic.
So how has the preparation gone? Because we were talking just before we started about, hey, I'm writing a midterm right now. Like, there's a lot of things going on in the world of Seth Hundeby.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been definitely busy and a bit of a commitment. But one of the things that makes it easier is like how much I enjoy both engineering and football and stuff like that. So balancing them definitely takes up some time, but at least it's very much of an enjoyment to myself. So it's okay going to workouts every day or more or less, and then having to come home and study as long as I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
It's hard to believe that you have played with the Saskatchewan Huskies for 4 years. Has that time gone by quickly?
Oh man, it's gone by super duper quick. I feels just like a little bit ago that we were on field 11 during that COVID and all of the shenanigans that had to go on just so that we could get on the field. And yeah, it's a thing now that one of the oldest guys on the team and a whole bunch of rookies that unfortunately I haven't gotten to learn their names and stuff like that. It feels like a lot of times pass really quick.
So if I went back, you're graduating from Holy Cross in Saskatoon, and I said, hey, you know what? A few years down the road from now, you're going to have an opportunity for basically a job interview with the Canadian Football League. What would you have said?
Oh man, I would have been a little bit in disbelief, especially growing up. I really enjoyed football just because it's fun, and I got to hang out with my friends. And then even in high school, I remember my high school coach saying, "So what do you want to do after high school football?" I was like, I don't know. I haven't really thought like what kind of education I want to go get." They're like, "Oh no, like after like football wise." I was like, "Oh, I didn't even think that was a possibility." And then that turned into a bit of a reality, and then it turned out that I could excel in that. And then yeah, if you were to tell me that I was going to have potentiality with CFL prospect status, maybe would have probably blown my mind. But definitely going through the process, I'm really excited that did become a reality.
I was once told that the recruiting process for U Sports football or NCAA is you get to go to the dance once and then you have to pick your partner and decide who you're going to be with. Is the recruiting process for the Canadian Football League at all similar?
That is an interesting one. I'm not 100% sure because I feel like I have a better answer to that because I've been a part of a U Sports team, but not being a part of a CFL team and obviously knowing all the logistics, I don't know if I can fully answer that accurately.
Well, you may be able to go ahead and tap some of the alumni from the program. Your head coach has been through this. Have they been resources for you?
Oh man, yeah. So working out at Ignite, a lot of CFL guys work out there, and even just talking to like Cherry and Pickett and Zur and those guys, it's been a huge wealth of just like them giving their experience of their combine days, what CFLs look like for them, and just overall being good guys to hang out with. So yeah, I've been reaching out to a lot of resources that I've made along the way.
The football world is a small one, right? So obviously, a lot of the people that are going to be taking part in the Canadian Football League Combine. Are you following their progress, or is it simply about what you do?
More so just focusing on myself. I was happy when they announced everyone who was invited. A lot of those guys I played with at the East-West Bowl, so it's going to be nice to see some familiar faces. A lot of good guys, really down to earth. So yeah, it should be. I've been mostly focusing just on myself, and I know that they're putting in a lot of work, and so have I. So it's gonna be a good time.
You're a competitive person. You can open up if you want. Like, are you going to be approaching this almost similar to a game day where you need to compete and be better than your opponent?
It's interesting in a combine, at least in my eyes, versus like an actual game. Because in the game, we're on the same field at the same time and we have opposing opinions versus at the combine. Well, I guess actually the combine's a little bit separate from like those one-on-ones. Once
Mm-hmm.
one-on-ones hit, doesn't really matter what jersey or what helmet color you're wearing. I'm going to go out there and give it 110%. During the combine, though, it's a little bit, I find, different of just like that's your own personal best. So it's I find that a little bit different than the games. But once those 2 days of one-on-ones and team drills go on, then that'll be a little bit of a different story.
So there's the physical aspect of the combine. There's also the mental portion where teams have an opportunity to speak with you one-on-one or maybe 5-on-1. Who knows what the case might be. Have you prepared for that?
Yeah, so like that's something that we've obviously talked about and like what potential questions could come up. Um, I think it should be relatively interesting. I really enjoy even like getting the opportunity to speak to some CFL head coaches, GMs, and whoever I get the opportunity to speak with will just be a great opportunity. And growing up, being interested in the CFL, like that's just really fun that I get the opportunity to do that. So it's nothing that I'm too much stressing about, but it's something that I've definitely kept in the back of my mind for sure.
Well, no matter what, it's a process that I'm sure you'll never forget. We wish you the best of luck, and thank you so much for taking this time, Seth Hundeby.
Yeah, no, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.